syllabus of plus 3 second semester. As we know, we have given one introduction class of macroeconomics. In that class, I told you about what is macroeconomics, the scope, the importance, the limitations of macroeconomics, and also I told you the basic difference between micro and macroeconomics. Today we will be starting to the depth of your syllabus and your chapter 1, unit 1. We will study about economic system. This is the basic of your first unit. We will study under this one, what is economic system, what is economy, different types of economic systems, that we will study under this chapter. Chalo. Before going to discussion about what is economic system, let us know about the central problems of economy. You should understand what do you mean by the central problems of economy. Now, I want to tell you that the central problems of economy, it means what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. I am repeating once again. Before you know the concept of economic system, it is important for you to understand the meaning of central problem of economy. So what do you mean by central problems? Why we are studying economics? What are the problems of economics? What are the problems that we are studying economics? That I told you how to produce, first point, what to produce, then how to produce, then for whom to produce. These are the basic questions of a central economy. These are the basic problems of an economic system. I am repeating. One is your what to produce, then how to produce, and for whom to produce. These are the question marks. These are the questions that we have to study, we have to solve while you talk about the economic system. For this question, to solve all the questions, we need an economic system. You understood? There are basically three problems in an economic system. These are what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. To understand those, to solve all the central problems of the economy, we need to understand what is economic system. Understood? So now we will move to discuss about what is economic system. Now, before going to understand about economic system, you should understand what is economy and what is economic system. Before going to talk about economic system, you should know about what is economy. Economy is a process, economic is an organization that enables people to earn their livelihood. I am repeating, economy is an organization that enables the people to earn their livelihood. Understood? Now I am giving a clear-cut picture between economy and economic system. So I told you, economy is an organization that enables the people to earn their livelihood. Through economy, we will know. Through economy, we can know how people are getting their livelihood, how people are getting their income, how people are surviving through their income. This is the meaning of your economy. Let us go to our main point, that is economic system. So economic system is nothing but, if you look at economy, then for economy we will go to discuss about economic system. Economic system is nothing but, it is an organization that sets the rules, the regulation for the operation of an economy. I am repeating, economy and economic system. Economy means it is an organization, it is an institution that enables people to get their income, to get their livelihood. And one more point, economic system is the system that sets the rules and regulations for the operation of the economy. So this is the point of economic system. So we have started our discussion from central problems of economy. Every country try to solve the central problems of the economy. And what are the central problems? One is your what to produce, second point is your how to produce, and last point is your for whom to produce. For every country, you remember one thing, for every country, the problems are very common, and the problems are what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. And to solve all these problems, you need a different types of economic system in each and every country. It doesn't matter a country adopt a capitalist economy, a country goes for a socialist economy, but every country must have a economic system. Without economic system, a country cannot function. This is the main system that set the rules, the regulations of an economy. So, before understanding economic system, just simply I tell you that what is a economy. Economy is an organization that enable the people to earn their livelihood. So now I told you about economic system. We will now move to our discussion about different types of economic system. Economic system depends the country, the economic systems. Now we'll discuss about that. We talk about economic system. When you talk about industrial revolution in England, the industrial revolution of England that led to the rise of capitalist economic system, and the Russian revolution that led to the rise of socialist economy. So I told you that industrial revolution of England that led to the rise of capitalist economy, and the Russian revolution of Russia led to the rise of socialist economy. So now we get basically two types of economy. One is your capitalist economy. Under economic system we are studying, one is your capitalist economy, and second point is your socialist economy. And when you combine the features of both capitalist and socialist economy, it becomes a mixed economy. You understood? Now, if we go about the classifications of economic system, I told you the industrial revolution of England gave birth to the rise of capitalist system. I will tell you the details. What is capitalist economy? What are the features of capitalist economy? That we will discuss. But I am telling about the origin of capitalist economy is that the industrial revolution of England gave birth to the rise of capitalist economy. The Russian revolution of Russia have come to the emergence of socialist economy. And when a country has both the features like India, India is one of the burning example of mixed economy, where you will find both the features of capitalist economy and the features of socialist economy. So now we have come to the third point, that is your mixed economy, where you will find both the features of capitalist economy and socialist economy. India is one of the leading example of mixed economy. In nowadays, in 21st century, we can say that India is one of the burning example of mixed economy. And if you talk about capitalist economy, then it comes your USA. And if you talk about your socialist economy, it comes your Russia. And if you talk about mixed economy, it comes about your India. So this is the clear-cut picture about the different types of economic system existing in India. That America is an example of capitalist economy. So if you ask me, then I can tell you that not only America, if you just put your common sense, then the world's West European countries, America, France, Germany, England, all the countries of the West Europe, they are basically capitalist economy. And if you talk about East Europe, remember one thing, if you talk about East Europe, like Russia, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, Romania, Poland, they countries belong to the economy of socialist economy. And India is one of the leading example of mixed economy. So these are the three types of economy that we see nowadays. I told you that three types of economic systems, and I told you the origin of the system also. Now we will particularly discuss about one after another. But let me repeat once again, that America is one of the example of capitalist economy, and Russia is one of the example of socialist economy. Now the superpowers of the world, America and Russia, clash over each other due to their economic system. And now India stands at the middle because we are having the mixed economy. We have the feature of Russia, we have the feature of America. We support Trump, we support also Putin also. That is why Indian economy is known as the mixed economy. You understood? Now we will particularly discuss about capitalist economy. But you should understand what are different types of economic system, how they come, that I have told now. and I prepared one thing that all the West European countries are the examples of capitalist economy. All the East European countries, remember one thing, East European countries. East European in the sense Romania, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Bulgaria, and Russia are the examples of socialist economy. And India stands at the mixed economy. So we have a clear-cut picture about the different types of economic system. Now, let us go to our main question, central question, that is your capitalist economy. Because the topic starts with capitalist economy, we will talk about capitalist economy. Now, first of all, you should understand capitalist economy. Different economic systems are being classified on the basis of ownership of production. Remember one thing, I have given the examples of different economic systems. Now, I am telling that you talk about capitalist economy, you talk about socialist economy, you talk about mixed economy. One thing is common, that all the economic systems are being classified primarily on the basis of ownership of production. It means in some economic systems, the resources are owned by the government. In some economic systems, the resources are owned by the private individuals. And in some economic systems, the resources are owned by both the private individuals and by the government. So accordingly, when the resources are owned by the government, it is an example of socialist economy. When the resources are being owned by the private individuals, it is a case of capitalist economy. And when the resources are owned by both government and private individuals, it is a case of mixed economy. Are you clear? So now I have given the clear picture. How can you classify different types of economic system? And I told you that all the economic systems are being classified on the basis of ownership of production. Ownership in the sense, when the resources, I am talking about the resource. When you talk about resource means the wealth. All the resource of a country, when are controlled, managed and owned by the private individuals, it is a pure case of capitalist economy. Remember one thing, capital is the main source of production. In those countries, capital is the main source of production. And in those countries, we will discuss about the features of capitalist economy. But before that, you should understand capitalist economy is one where the resources, the wealth is purely owned by the private bodies, private individuals. And the second point, you should remember that they will always work for profit motive. Profit motive is the main motto of the capitalist economy. Profit motive is the main central idea of capitalist economy. These are the two basic points you should understand to know about the concept of capitalist economy. The thing is that resource must be owned by the private individuals, and all private individuals must be targeting about one objective, that is your profit motive. That is your capitalist economy. Let us discuss about different features of capitalist economy. Do not be confused. Just I am taking some time to revise all the things once again. I told you about the central problems of economy, that in each and every economy there are three problems: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. To solve all the problems, we need an economic system. Economic system has come from the economy. Economy is an organization that enables the people to earn their livelihood. And to get the livelihood, there should be some rules and regulations. These regulations are called an economic system. And economic system are being classified under three heads, mainly capitalist, socialist, mixed. If you talk about other system, then we can have your China system, China economic system, that is called communist economy. If you talk about the economic system of Gulf countries, that is called Islamic economy. We will discuss, but mainly we can classify all the economic system under three heads. One is your capitalist, one is your socialist, one is your mixed. And if you ask me, how can you classify all the economic system? We can classify all the economic system under one point, that is your ownership of production. When the resource and the wealth of a country are owned by private individuals, then it is a pure case of capitalist economy. And the capitalist economy, you can group world's leading countries, West European countries. You think about West European, America, England, Germany, France, they will be coming under capitalist economy. When you talk about socialist economy, it will be the group of countries of East European countries, Russia, Poland, Romania. They are the examples of socialist economy. When you talk about mixed economy, then India is an example of mixed economy where you will find both the features of your capitalist economy and socialist economy. So, just we are moving to discuss about the features of the features of capitalism. Let us talk about the point number one. First point, as you know, I also know. First point will be your private property. This is the basic points of your capitalist economy. Private property. Just now I told you, private property implies the resources, the wealth is being owned, the resources are being owned by the private individuals. They have the freedom. They have the freedom to acquire any wealth. They have the freedom to keep any amount of wealth. They have the freedom to acquire, to store any kind of wealth, and the wealth passes from the one person to other person. And the law of inheritance applies over there. You understood? The law of inheritance. When somebody dies, then the property and the wealth of the person passes to the successor. That is called the law of inheritance. Law of inheritance is a part of your private property, and here the resources are completely owned by the private individuals. The resources are not belong to government. Remember one thing: government cannot interfere in a capitalist economy. Government doesn't have any role to play in a capitalist economy. Only private individuals are being allowed to over there. This is the point of private property. If you talk about second point, then it comes your profit motive. Just now I told you, profit motive is the main central motto of capitalist economy. Without profit motive, a capitalist economy cannot function. As private individuals are always working day and night, their main motto is to get how much profit only, because they do not have any restrictions on their property. Private individuals, while they are getting their income, then there is no restriction on their income level. That is why they do not have any restriction toward wealth. That is why the sole motto of private individuals is to getting profits. The main motto of the capitalist economy is how to get profits. Every entrepreneur, every producer, every organization is always targeting about how to get maximum profits. You should know that the objective, the rationale, the aim, the purpose of an entrepreneur, the aim, the purpose, the objective of an entrepreneur is how to get maximum profit. This principle is purely applicable in case of a capitalist economy. That is your profit motive. This is not the feature of socialist economy. The topic will be interesting when you compare the features of capitalist economy with socialist economy. Profit motive is not the main motto of socialist economy, because in socialist economy, government is the master. Government is the owner of all the resources. Their profit is not the main motto of the economic system, because the resources are owned by the government. Government will not always look for the profit. Government will always look for the public welfare. Just I am talking about socialist economy. Do not be confused. Let us come to discussion about capitalist economy. In a capitalist economy, private property is there, and wherever there is private property, accordingly, private property always comes with the objective of profit motive. This is your second point, that is profit motive. You come to third point, we will discuss about the point number 3, that is your competition. Private property is there, private individuals are there. There is a tough competition among the private entrepreneurs. You see that, because they are born to compete. In a capitalist economy, entrepreneurs are being born to compete. They are born with a quality to compete. They have a spirit to compete, because there is no restriction on the wealth. There is no restriction on acquiring property. So they have the tendency to get wealth. They have the tendency to get how much of wealth they want. That is why in a capitalist economy, the point is that there is a competition. So there is tough competition, there is stiff competition in a capitalist economy. And accordingly, as the competition is there, all entrepreneurs are striving towards competition. And what is the result? That competition leads to better quality. Competition led to good quality. Good quality with reasonable costs. That is the main. Those who can't compete, then they are not the part of capitalist economy. If you are a part of the capitalist economy, then definitely you have to compete. Capitalist economy starts from competition. Capitalist economy ends with competition. Without competition, your capitalist economy doesn't have any meaning. Capitalist economy loses its charm. Capitalist economy loses its flavor if you do not add the element of competition. That is why competition is also one of the important feature of a capitalist economy. Then you think about other points we will discuss. I told you about private property. I told you about profit motive, competition. One more point I should talk, that is your price mechanism. Point number 4, we are talking about that features of capitalist economy. And the point is your price mechanism. What do you mean by price mechanism? First of all, you should understand that what is the meaning of price mechanism. Price mechanism is a concept. It is an important concept. It is a concept where price is fixed by the market forces. Remember, price mechanism is a mechanism. It is a concept where the price of a commodity or the price of anything is being fixed by market forces. Then what do you think about market forces? What do you understand by market forces? You should know that. What is market forces? When you talk about market forces, it means market forces means demand and supply conditions. When you think about market forces, then market forces actually mean the demand and supply conditions. So what is the answer over here? Price mechanism is a mechanism through which price is being determined by the demand and supply conditions. In a capitalist economy, the price of each product, the price of a factor, the price of a factor, the price of a commodity, the price of a good is determined on the basis of demand and supply conditions. It is purely left to the market conditions. It is purely left to the open market. So what is the demand and what is the supply? According to the demand and supply, the price will be determined. This is the one more point. This is the one more important feature of capitalist economy, that every price mechanism works respectively, because in the capitalist economy system, the price of a thing, the price of a factor is determined on the basis of demand and supply conditions of a market. So this is the one more point. This is one more the feature of capitalist economy. Just let me revise. It is your first point is your private property. Second point is your profit motive. Third point is your competition. And fourth point is your price mechanism. Now we will discuss again about the other points. So we are discussing about the features of capitalist economy. And if you talk about the features of capitalist economy, then we will discuss about private property, price mechanism, competition, profit motive. Till this we have discussed. So now we will discuss about the other remaining points, that is your economic freedom. So in a capitalist economy, we allow economic freedom. There is the freedom for both the consumers and for the producers. In a capitalist economy, we allow freedom for consumers and producers. Producers are free to decide whatever they like. Consumers are free to decide whatever they like. As I told you, the main purpose of the capitalist economy is profit motive. So producers can decide the level of investment. Producers can decide the pattern of investment. They can decide whatever they want to produce, and consumers can decide whatever they want to consume. That is the main point of capitalist economy. There is pure pure freedom given to both the consumers and producers. We cannot compromise the freedom of producers. We cannot compromise the freedom of the consumers in a capitalist economy. They are enjoying freedom up to the maximum level. Producers always target to get maximum profit, and consumers always target to get maximum satisfaction through this enjoying economic freedom. And we will moving to other points. We will discuss about the consumer sovereignty. So we can say that in a capitalist economy, consumers are playing an important role. Their sovereignty is being prime. Their importance is being prime, as there is the concept of private property, as a person can acquire wealth whatever he likes. So persons are being blessed, persons are having full of wealth, full of money. They can spend whatever they like. The structure of production is designed as per the need of the consumer sovereignty. The structure of production is based on the sovereignty of the consumer. So, in a capitalist economy, consumers are the lords. Consumers are there to take all type of decisions. They can stand. The lifestyle is good, and they can go for a pleasant life in a capitalist economy. And producer will make their investment. Producers will take their investment decisions on the requirement of the consumers. You should understand. Consumers are playing an important role, and their sovereignty is most important, and producers will decide, producers will produce according to the requirement, according to the needs of the consumers. In any point of time, they cannot deviate. In any point of situation, producers cannot deviate from the demand of the consumers. They have to anyhow meet the demand. They have to anyhow produce as per the demand of the consumers. This is the one more point of a capitalist economy. So we have discussed about economic freedom. We have discussed about your consumer sovereignty. Moving together, we can say that unplanned economy. If you talk about socialist economy, remember one thing, I am talking about socialist economy. In a socialist economy, there is a central body that directs the planning system. In a socialist economy like Russia, there is a central organization, there is a central authority that directs about the planning system, how the planning will work, how it will operate. That is purely the direction of the central planning body. But in a capitalist economy, there is no centralized planning. Central planning is in purely decentralized manner. Only a lot of entrepreneurs, only a group of entrepreneurs are there to take the decisions whatever they like. So we can say, unlike socialist economy, in a capitalist economy, it is the entrepreneurs who are playing a big role in decision making. They are playing a big role in the planning process, unlike social system. But in a social system, there is a central authority that direct monitor the planning system. But in a capitalist economy, a group of entrepreneurs, not the central body, nobody is there, not a single authority is there to monitor and control the planning system. Rather, we can expect that in a capitalist economy, a group of entrepreneurs, a group of chairpersons, they will only take the decisions at their level. So we can say that in a capitalist economy, that economy is purely an unplanned economy. Then moving towards one, we can write that self-interest is there. As we have discussed about producer sovereignty and consumer sovereignty, we are guaranteeing freedom to producers, we are guaranteeing freedom to consumers, we are giving focus to consumer sovereignty. So we can say, in a capital society, in a capitalist economy, self-interest is the main point. Self-interest is the main point of your economic system. Every producer, every consumer is trying to fulfill their self-interest. Without self-interest, a capitalist economy cannot operate. A capitalist economy cannot move. This is the main motto of the capitalist economy. So, one more point we can say that no government intervention. This point comes supplementary, this point comes as a complementary when you talk about private property. In a capitalist economy, the wealth is being purely managed or owned by the private individuals. So at this point, it comes naturally, government will not be there. Government cannot interfere in the activities because the resource belong to the private individuals. So government cannot play a role in the private properties. We can say government has minimum role or government has no role to play in a capitalist economy. So we have written that there is no government intervention. There is no government intervention. But in a socialist economy, there is a government intervention. In a socialist economy, there is a pure government intervention. But in a capitalist economy, we can say that government is not there. Only government will be there to just watch the activities. Otherwise, this government is not there to supervise, to regulate, to own, to control all activities in an economic system. Only the private individuals are there, private entrepreneurs are there. They are the persons to guide, to regulate, to control the economic system. And government will simply watch what is the operation of the economy. We can say government cannot interfere, government cannot involve in the capitalist economy. So most probably we have discussed many points. We can discuss about the key features of capitalist economy. We can say, in addition to the features, we can say the capital is the basic source of capitalist economy. Capital is the main source of capital economy. We are granting individual rights. We are granting individual freedoms. We can say one more point we can add that individual freedom is there. We can say individual freedom and capitals are the other points that we can add to the features of capitalist economy. I'm just I will just highlighting the points once again in little. We have discussed about private property. Resources are owned by the private individuals, no role by the government. We discussed about price mechanism. Price will be fixed by the market demand and supply conditions. We discussed about competition. In capitalist economy, entrepreneurs are competing among themselves to go for a better quality product with reasonable price. Profit motive is the central motive. It is the key feature, it is the key purpose of the private entrepreneurs. We allow economic freedom to both consumers and producers. And we have also discussed that consumer sovereignty, consumers' importance is being given prior importance in a capitalist economy. Unplanned economy, there is no a central authority that will supervise the economic system. And self-interest is also a part of capitalist economy. And at last, we have discussed that government cannot interfere in the activities of capitalist economy. It will simply watch the operation of the economic system. So this is all about we have started our discussion from economic system. We have seen different types of economic system. Now we focus on our single question discussion that what is capitalist economy and what are the features of capitalist economy. We can put some notes for also the merits and demerits, because every economic system has its merits and demerits. A capitalist economy has its merits and demerits. A socialist economy has also merits and demerits. A mixed economy has also some merits and demerits. So to supplement the question, we can add some advantage and disadvantage to the capitalist economy. Thank you. So we have almost discussed about the features of capitalist system. Now we will discuss about the last part of our capitalist economy, that is your merits and demerits of capitalist economy. So the discussion of capitalist economy will be incomplete if you do not focus on the advantage and disadvantage of capitalist economy. We have discussed about what is capitalist economy. We have discussed about the features of capitalist economy. Now it is interesting to discuss about the merits and demerits of capitalist economy. I told you that the capitalist economy is one where the resources are owned by the private individuals and the motive is profit motive. On the other hand, if you compare the socialist economy is the one where the resources are owned by the society or the government or the community and they do not add profit motive. So if you focus about the merits and demerits of capitalist economy, we can say regarding the merits of capitalist economy, we can say that one of the greatest merit of capitalist economy is that competition. You will go to all over the world, you will find different economic system, but the economic system of capitalist society, competition is very tough. Competition is very much severe in capitalist economy that you will not find in any of the economic system in the world. Competition is bound to exist. So competition you can found in anywhere, but the thing is that due to competition in capitalist economy, that will lead to good quality with reasonable price. This is the one of the great merit of capitalist economy in the world. Next point, you can find that capital formation. Today, each and every country is struggling to get more capital for development. Each and every country is struggling to get more resources for development. But for a capitalist economy, capital is not at all a problem. You will find in a capitalist economy, capital is not a problem. They will allow resources. Private individuals have enough resources to develop their resources. That is why capital formation is the real feature of capitalist economy, and it is one of the greatest advantage of capitalist economy, we can say. You can see that in different parts of the world, different countries are trying to get capital. They are trying to gather capital. Without capital, a country cannot develop. But here, as the resources are owned by the private individuals, they gather the resources, and in those systems, capital formation or capital deficiency is not the major issue. That is why capital formation is of great importance in a capitalist economy. That is one of the merit of a capitalist society. So we have discussed about the merit. There are some other merits, other advantages of a capitalist economy that we can also discuss. Coming down to the demerits of capitalist economy, one of the strongest demerit, one of the strongest disadvantage of capitalist economy is that it leads to inequality of income and wealth. This is the one of the major disadvantage of capitalist economy. I told you, private entrepreneurs are ready to invest. Private entrepreneurs have the scope to invest. So as a result, what will happen actually? There will be two classes. Capitalist economy in course of time will lead to the emergency of two classes. One will be the class of elite class. One will be the class of labor class. So you will find a high and heaven difference between the two classes. One will be the elite class, one will be the labor class. And there is huge inequality. There is huge imbalance. There is huge inequality of income and wealth between the two classes. So capitalist economy definitely lead to that inequality of income and wealth. This is the major drawback of capitalist economy. And if you also discuss about the other things, you can find that monopoly, the element of monopoly is one of the greatest disadvantages of capitalist economy, because all the resources are owned by the private individuals. The decision making body, the decisions are being purely made by some big entrepreneurs. That is why the country's economic development, the country's economic future, the country's entire economic decision levels are being concentrated on few hands, we can say. Rather referring to the entire population, the decision making, all the decision making of the economic system are lying in the hands of few entrepreneurs. They will control the entire economic system. So you can say the persons, the entrepreneurs who are sitting at the top, they will decide what the course of economy will be like that. According to them, they will run the economic system. It is not the decision of all. It is the decision of some kind of major entrepreneurs. So we can say that it will give rise to the element of monopoly in a capitalist economy that we can find. We have discussed about one point. First point number one, that is inequality of income and wealth. And point number two, we have discussed that capitalist economy gives rise to monopoly. And one more disadvantage is that we can find that no government intervention. Every society, every country run with that direction of government. Every country must run with the direction of government. But it is a capitalist economy where government's role is very limited. Government doesn't play here a decision-making role. Only government will sit silent. It will see the happenings around the around the economic system. So in a capitalist economy, we can say government cannot interfere, government cannot involve in the decision making process. That is one of the biggest disadvantages of the capitalist economy. So to sum up, we can say that these are the some merits of the capitalist economy and these are the demerits of the capitalist economy. So that now the discussion is now complete. We have discussed about what is capitalist economy. We have discussed about what are the features of capitalist economy. We have highlighted, I have purely gone through the features, profit motive, private property, price mechanism, then economic freedom, consumer sovereignty, we have discussed. And in the last part of the discussion, then we can put some features, we can put some point regarding the merits and demerits of capitalist economy to make our discussion a purely valuable and complete one. Thank you.